But anyway, it is my great pleasure to declare this hive of industry for the next few months officially open.
I particularly want to thank Maryann. I was going to make the joke about Maryann Street and the fact that we couldn't invite your brothers Cuba and Ghuznee. kind of stopped it. I just want to echo Maryann's words about Maryann. Her role as a minister already just shows what a fantastic asset she's going to be to the Labour caucus for a long time to come.
Absolutely.
I think we all knew what a fantastic person she was from her time as the president of the party through a difficult period. But what we're seeing now in the caucus and in Cabinet is a person who's got the most incredible skills that she's contributing to New Zealand. And when I saw your reaction to the stories about the boarding houses in Mangere, the story that was in the Listener, and the way that you responded to that in a way that no other government could, and very few other ministers could, as decisively and as well as you did. So I very much hope that I will be joining you in the caucus and would love to work with you. As for the Maryann Hobbs over here, what did you call me? A bugger or something? No. Maryann and I have been going around the electorate for the last few months, and she's been introducing me to a huge range of people. She can't remember any of their names, but she can. Up until darling, but she can tell you absolutely everything that they've done, and I think that's really what speaks volume for me about Maryann in Wellington Central. She has got such an array of networks in this electorate. She's built up such an amazing group of community groups and supporters for Labour and for her, and I've just been honoured and privileged, Maryann, to have gone around with you, and very frightened when you're driving. I also want to thank all of you for being here. I particularly want to thank Alistair, who's standing behind me, and the whole of the campaign committee for everything you've done up to now. We are in a really good place. I was selected in November, and if you think about where we are now, standing in this office with a base and with a great group of people involved, it's a tribute to Alistair and to the whole of the campaign committee for what you've done. I also want to thank the wider group of volunteers, most of whom are here tonight, and there are many others as well. Most of you are volunteers. It's quite humbling to consider that when we do a delivery in Wellington Central, just on 100 people go out and deliver for us. There is no other party in this city that can claim that.
That's right.
And that's a tribute to a lot of people over a long period of time. But it really humbles me, and I'm incredibly grateful to all of the volunteers who are working on this campaign. There's a lot more to do, of course, but it's just such a good feeling to know that we've got that solid a group of people behind us and behind the whole campaign. It's great to be here. I think this is a brilliant location for the office. It's right in the heart of what I love about Wellington, with Cuba Street and the creativity and the buzz that's
my hairdresser.
And Maryann's hairdresser.
That's handy.
And it speaks. I think it speaks to the kind of campaign that we want to run, which is fun and vibrant and connected to the kind of Wellington that everybody should be able to be a part of. Running for Wellington Central means that you have to pay attention to all political issues. Wellington Central people are focused on national level issues, but there are a lot of local issues as well. And I'm focusing on the sustainability issues, good public transport for Wellington, making sure people are actually involved in Wellington City, got a say in how it develops, how the kind of sustainable city we can get going forward. I just wanted to say a few things about where we are at the moment in the political cycle. And it's pretty easy to get depressed. We had Friday's display of carbon emissions as a spectator sport, which was an unusual event. We've seen the media once again finding fault in everything we do and ignoring many of the very good things we do. And it was hard to stomach for me seeing a report come out on Thursday or Friday of last week about over 100,000 families coming out of poverty as a result of things that we have done, and that getting buried amidst a maelstrom of really Crosby-texted language, and that's very worrying. But I've got hope. There's an episode of The Simpsons where some aliens come down and they try and take over Springfield, and it's a not very subtle allegory of the Iraq War. and the aliens are sitting around at the end of the episode having not achieved any of their goals and very concerned about why everyone still hates them. And one of the aliens comes out and says, "But we've got the hearts and minds," and he holds up a brain and a heart in his hands. Well, the message I've got for you is that National does not have the hearts and minds of New Zealanders. The support for John Key, what there is out there, is soft. It's soft support born of people feeling grumpy, of people feeling some pain of having their cost of living go up. And it's real pain, and we can't ignore it. And we have to accept that some people are struggling in the face of those rising electricity costs, rising petrol prices, rising food prices. We have to accept that that pain is real, and people, I think a lot of the people who were out waving at the tooting trucks were people who were just grumpy. And sure, we've done some things wrong over 9 years. We've annoyed people. If we haven't annoyed people over 9 years, we probably weren't doing our jobs properly. So we have to accept that we're in a point in the political cycle when it is difficult for us. But the question that I'm asking people, and the question that I'm putting to people on the doorstep when they say to me, it's time for a change, is not only a change to what, but something more positive than that. What kind of country do you want to live in? The kind of country I want to live in is a country where we're fair to people, where we give people the potential to achieve, we give people the ability to achieve their potential no matter who they are or where they're from, where you've got safety and security from the cradle to the grave, where you look after your communities and your neighbourhoods, protect the environment, enhance it, and make sure that there's something for children and grandchildren to carry on with. If that's the kind of country you want to live in, it's only going to come to you with a Labour government. I didn't get into politics to implement the National Party's policy, and I'm damn sure that Bill English, Tony Ryle, Nick Smith, Lockwood Smith, Maurice Williamson and Murray McCully didn't get into politics to implement Labour's policy. Now the Crosby Textor message and the John Key bland brand would tell you that it's all going to be the same, it's just someone else is going to be running it. Our job over the next few months is to prove to people that we're the people with the positive vision, we're the people with the plan for the future that includes everybody, and they are exactly what they are, the party of privilege, and the party who, no matter what they say about what will happen in the first term, will carry forth the kind of agenda that we know lies at the heart of national politics going back over a long period of time. So the battle for the hearts and minds is not over. And we need your help every step of the way from now. Now on Wednesday night there's a movie and you can all buy a ticket for that. But there's loads of other things you can do. And Sam Mackay, who will wave his hand at the back of the room there, is taking names today for your on-the-day activities. And I hope people will participate. That's on election day. People will participate in that. There's loads of other things. We still need help with this space and furniture and so on like that. So if you've got thoughts about what you might be able to offer, do let us know. There are loads of other things. There's the Michael Smither painting beside me here, which people can purchase. And we really do want to make sure that you feel a sense of involvement in this campaign. If you've got ideas about things you think we should be doing, let me know. If you want to host a cottage meeting where I can come along and meet your neighbours, let me know. But for me, you've all done a huge amount so far already. And can I ask you to redouble that effort? 4 more months and we'll take Wellington Central. Thank you.